Welcome back to Sikho German, Lektion 10, and we're reaching another major milestone in German grammar. We've already learned the nominative case and the accusative case. Today, we're learning the dative case, which is used for indirect objects. This is the third of the 4 German cases, and it's essential for expressing who receives something or who benefits from an action. Let me explain what the dative case is. The dative case is used for the indirect object. In other words, the person or thing that receives something or benefits from the action. Think of it this way. If you're giving something, the dative case tells us who you're giving it to. The dative case shows the recipient or beneficiary of an action. An indirect object answers the question to whom or for whom. For example, in the sentence, I give the book to Mary, Mary is the indirect object. She's the one receiving the book. In German, Mary would be in the dative case. Another way to remember, the indirect object is the person or thing that's affected by the action but isn't the direct object itself. Before diving into it, if you are new here, hit the subscribe button for future lessons.
Here's a perfect example of the dative case in action. In German, we ask, Wem gibst du das Buch? To whom are you giving the book? The word wem is the dative question word, meaning to whom. The answer is, Ich gebe dem Mann das Buch. I give the book to the man. Notice dem Mann. That's the dative form. Der Mann, nominative, becomes dem Mann, dative, because he's the indirect object, the person receiving the book. Let me show you how all 3 cases work together. Nominative equals subject, the person or thing doing the action. Accusative equals direct object, the person or thing receiving the action directly. And dative equals indirect object, the person or thing receiving something or benefiting from the action. These 3 cases work together to create complete sentences in German. Here's a sentence that uses all 3 cases. Ich schenke dem Kind einen Ball. I give the child a ball. Let's break it down. Ich, nominative, the subject, the person doing the giving. Dem Kind, dative, the indirect object, the child who receives the ball. And einen Ball, accusative, the direct object, the ball that's being given. This is how German sentences with giving, showing, or telling work. You need all 3 cases.
Now let's learn the most important part, how articles change in the dative case. This is crucial to memorize because it affects every dative sentence you create. Here's the comparison table for definite articles across all 3 cases. Masculine, der, den, dem. Feminine, die, der. Neuter, das, dem. Plural, die, den plus n. Notice all articles change in dative. Masculine and neuter become dem. Feminine becomes der, and plural becomes den, plus you add an n to the end of the noun itself. Let's see these in action. Ich bringe dem Mann einen Stuhl. I bring the man a chair. The masculine noun Mann uses dem in dative. Ich gebe der Frau ein Geschenk. I give the woman a gift. The feminine noun Frau changes from nominative die to dative der. Ich schenke dem Kind ein Spielzeug. I give the child a toy. The neuter noun Kind uses dem, just like masculine nouns. Ich erzähle den Freunden eine Geschichte. I tell the friends a story. Notice, die Freunde, nominative plural, becomes den Freunden, dative plural. The article changes to den, and we add n to the noun itself. So, Freunde to Freundin. This plural rule is very important. Dative plural equals den plus add n to the noun.
Now for the indefinite articles, a or an. Here's how they change in dative. Masculine, ein, einen, einem. Feminine, eine, einer. Neuter, ein, einem. Plural, no indefinite plural article in any case. Again, all indefinite articles change in dative. Ein becomes einem for masculine and neuter, and eine becomes einer for feminine. For example, ich gebe einem Mann ein Buch. I give a man a book. Masculine ein Mann becomes einem Mann in dative. Ich zeige einer Frau den Weg. I show a woman the way. Feminine eine Frau becomes einer Frau in dative. Ich kaufe einem Kind ein Eis. I buy a child an ice cream. Neuter ein Kind becomes einem Kind in dative, just like masculine.
Now let's talk about verbs that specifically use the dative case. These verbs always take a dative object, not an accusative object. Helfen, to help. You help someone. Danken, to thank. You thank someone. Gehören, to belong to. Something belongs to someone. Gefallen, to please. Something pleases someone. Antworten, to answer. You answer someone. Glauben, to believe. You believe someone. All of these verbs require their object to be in the dative case. This is different from accusative verbs like haben or sehen. Here are some example sentences with dative verbs. Ich helfe dem Lehrer. I help the teacher. The verb helfen takes a dative object, dem Lehrer, dative, masculine. Die Idee gefällt der Frau. The idea pleases the woman, or more naturally in English, the woman likes the idea. The verb gefallen takes a dative object, der Frau, dative, feminine. Das Buch gehört dem Mann. The book belongs to the man. The verb gehören takes a dative object, dem Mann, dative, masculine.
Now let's look at personal pronouns in dative. Just like with accusative, these change significantly. Nominative, accusative, dative. Ich, mich, mir. Du, dich, dir. Sie, formal. Sie, ihnen. Ihn, ihm. Sie, sie, ihr. Es, ihm. Wir, uns. Ihr, euch. Sie, ihnen. Notice, most pronouns have unique dative forms. Ich becomes mir, du becomes dir, becomes ihm, etc. Some stay the same. Wir stays uns, ihr stays euch. Let's use these in sentences. Kannst du mir helfen? Can you help me? The pronoun ich changes to dative mir because helfen takes a dative object. Ich gebe dir das Buch. I give you the book. The pronoun du changes to dative dir. Sie dankt ihm. She thanks him. The pronoun changes to dative ihm because danken takes a dative object. Now it's time for exercise. I'm going to show 5 sentences. Pause the video and try to answer it using the given hint. Now let's check the answer. How many you got right? Let me summarize the key points about the dative case. First, we now know all three major cases. Nominative is subject, who does the action. Accusative is direct object, who or what receives the action. And dative is indirect object, to whom or for whom. Second, for definite articles, the, masculine and neuter, der and das, both become dem in dative. Feminine die becomes der in dative, and plural die becomes den in dative, and you add n to the noun. Third, for indefinite articles, a or an, masculine and neuter, ein, both become einem in dative. Feminine eine becomes einer in dative. Fourth, personal pronouns have unique dative forms: mir, dir, ihm, ihr, uns, euch, ihnen. Fifth, many important verbs specifically take dative objects: helfen, danken, gehören, gefallen, antworten, glauben. The key question? Ask yourself, to whom or for whom is this action done? That's your dative object. Incredible work! You now understand the dative case, one of the most challenging but most essential parts of German grammar. You've now learned 3 of the 4 German cases. This is a huge achievement because you now can express complex relationships between people and things in German sentences. Keep learning with Sikho German. The dative case opens so many possibilities for expressing ideas about giving, helping, showing, and belonging. Combined with nominative and accusative, you now have the complete toolkit for constructing sophisticated German sentences. If this lesson helped you master the dative case, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future grammar lessons. Also, share it with your friends learning German and leave a comment with a dative sentence you've created. Thank you so much for learning with Sikho German today. I'll see you in the next lesson. Bis bald. Auf Wiedersehen.